Alright.
So yes, last time you finally set off, after encountering several odd noticeable marks on the shores of the river you've been traveling down, you don't encounter any enemies so far, but you did stop and, during one of your breaks and took care of getting more food supplies. And you've been having some friendly conversations here and there with the locals as they pass by. Or the other local ships, rather, as they pass by. Just a moment. A little bit out. There we go. So, yeah, last time we left off then, yeah, gonna zoom in here. It was one of these towns on the map. Yes, so you would have stopped, finally, after 2 days of travel, gotten to Akif. So it would probably have been, it wouldn't be like dark yet, but it'd be definitely very late in the second day that you finally get there.
Right. Wait, so it's dark or nighttime?
Not dark yet, but it's very late in the day. Like I would say between like
Twilight?
4 and 5 in the afternoon.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so
It's fairly late into the day.
all right. So, I just realized that have any of us actually written down the names of the freaking the carpenter and the navigator?
Oh.
They're Conrad and Gunther. I'm just trying to remember which one's which.
I do believe I actually named their things on the boat. So at least the GM has their first names. If we all forget.
I know they're Conrad and Gunther, but I'm just trying to remember which one's which.
I just have this silly picture in my head where
was Conrad the navigator?
Yeah, I think it was Conrad was the navigator and Gunther was the.
I'm actually putting this in my own notes just so I remember.
Yeah, because
and the thing is, if we were playing like at least every other week, I'd probably remember, but we have gaps because of other stuff.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to divvy out some duties here real quick. Let's see. I give I tell Gunther I've got some chores for him to take care of.
Oh, for like when they're on shore.
Yeah, we're just arriving in the town.
Yeah, it'll probably take a little while. This is one of the very few city hubs on the river, so it probably takes a little while. But you do eventually get it to a docking spot.
Okay.
I have this silly picture in my head of Elena just going one of the guys and going, "Which one are you, Conrad or Gunther?" Or Gunther, and he just goes, "I'm whatever you like."
Except they're scared of you because of your skulls.
Right. Oh wait, you're the other chick. No.
Which one? Which one are you again? Ah.
Right.
You're not the captain and you're not the rogue. Stay away from me. Okay, well anyhow, I'm gonna give Gunther 10 gold pieces and ask him to go get some fruit, bread, and fishing supplies while we're in town.
Okay, fruit, bread, and fishing supplies. Okay.
Yeah, 10 gold should more than cover that.
Trying to think overall. That probably would get you about a week's worth of the food and enough supplies to do fishing for a while. Yeah.
How big is this town? Is it like a city or a small town or
it's
in between?
It's a decent-sized city. It's not a huge city, but it's one of the decent-sized ones, which is why it actually gets mapped out at all.
Will there be like some sort of scholarly library or something?
Actually, that's a good question. So let's do this. We're gonna play a little game of chance. Let me see here. We're going to go... I'm double checking the skill list, and I'm trying to think of which one it's going to be again. I keep losing sight of where it is. Investigation.
What's she trying to do?
She's trying to find a scholarly place where she might be able to learn some more spells, assumably.
Oh, that or just information about the area, lores, and stuff like that.
Technically, all that would be under information either way. Investigation either way, just to try and find a place like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She actually got a good roll for once.
It takes you only like maybe a few minutes of looking around and maybe asking 2 or 3 people, and there's something like, "Oh, you're looking for some place like the library," and they, well, I would say from the docks, like a good, obviously down is probably at least a good couple miles all around just to begin with, and that's the better, like the actual city portion, not like the town part where people live.
Right.
And they pretty much point to you. There's it's almost like a tower-like structure, but it's a lot more like an actual building and less of a like lookout point. And they keep pointing to that thing, and essentially going, "You want to go to that place." That's a lot of the locals just call it the Spire, although it's not what it's technically named. It is. It's a sort of library type of place.
Right.
From what you're able to get out of people.
So to go there would be a good way from the ship, and that would be the question for the captain. Do we have time for any leisure time, or do we have to stock up on supplies and head out?
Well, I already got Gunther taking care of some of the supplies, so you can do whatever you want.
Okay. So I guess Velena's going to take her animals with her and head to the Spire.
All right.
I am going to ask, Giselle is her name? Yeah, Giselle. Giselle's the rogue's name.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask her and Conrad to come with me to try and find, see if there's anyone that needs like cargo delivered that we could fit on our ship. And I kind of tell Garroth and Theobald they can do whatever they want while we're in town.
All right. So you're gonna go try and find a possible job for making some extra cash out of the trip, and
Yeah, and I figured I'd bring the 2 people that are from relatively close to the region with me for dealing with the locals.
All right.
So that's a good question. Is Theobald going with me, or is he with Azina?
Basically, Theobald and Gareth both got told they can do whatever they want.
Okay.
You could ask one of them to go with you.
Oh my gosh.
Silence.
Okay. Let me try this. Gareth, Evo, would one of you like to accompany me to the Spire? Arm wrestle to see who goes.
I don't think you're
see
gonna...
who goes.
I don't think you're going to convince them to fight over you.
Let's see.
Actually, I think I figured out a response, but I also want to. Boom! Like a sinking rock.
Oh, it's like, well, I tried, and he just walks off.
That's Harvalena. Actually, give me a moment. I am going to. I think no.
Theobald might have a reason to want to go there because he's a religious type.
Right.
Actually, like I said, just give me a moment. I'm trying to. Let's go with.
They kind of got to decide whether me or Valena is going to go first because you can't do both at the same time.
Actually, what does happen is Theobald does kind of pipe up before Gareth can really say anything, and he just goes, "Actually, I think someone should follow her, just to make sure she stays out of trouble." Gareth kind of blinks, looks at him, looks back at her. He's like, "Oh, fine, I'll go." And he slowly starts to follow after Elena.
I liked how Elena's getting more notoriety than Azina at this point.
More notoriety, you mean?
Yeah, notoriety.
I think, yeah, you were trying to say that, but I think you just massively mispronounced it.
Yeah. Well, more notorious than Azina.
Yeah.
Well, you're really putting your foot in your mouth a lot, is what you're doing, and that's getting some of the other characters to kind of go, "Oh dear."
You got the person that's known for being a scoundrel, and then you got a person that has skulls.
Hello, chaotic neutral. How are you
I don't
today?
think I don't think you're more notorious, but you're more likely to creep anyone out.
you're more likely to cause a scene, is what you're more likely to do, and not for the good reasons either.
I could just picture Azina just going, "I'll give you a choice, my captives. Walk the plank or spend 5 minutes with Lena." Hi! The plank! The plank!
Especially one of them's like the waitress.
Yeah, you walk the plank or you'll get locked in the room with Elena for the next 5 minutes.
That you did. You sounded a lot like Barbosa when you did that.
Okay.
So I guess Thibault and Lena go to Spire, and so it just leaves what now Xena's up to.
Yeah, I already said me and Giselle and Conrad are gonna go try to find, delivery jobs to the next town.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, Gareth is just kind of left behind. And he's just like, oh, I don't know what to do now. He actually kind of stands there by the boat for a few minutes and just looks around for a minute.
He could always go help Gunther carry shit if he wants something to do.
I could just picture just Garoff just having a paper little football and just kicking it around. I don't know why.
Dice roller. Gonna roll some hidden dice here for Garoff. Let's see. First thing that might lure him away. Nope, doesn't see it. Second thing that might lure him away. Does he get involved? Okay. So what happens is eventually Garoff is just kind of walking slowly around the ship, just kind of like he knows he doesn't really need to sit here and protect it. There's gonna be enough eyes, and there constantly are people kind of marching up and down, keeping an eye on things. He doesn't see really anything else that grabs his attention until he actually does see a brawl about a street or two down suddenly break out, and then the barbarian is just like, "Oh shit, hey," and starts wandering off to have a look at what's going on.
I might get to punch somebody.
I get to wreck somebody's face. Let's go see what's happening. And so that's basically what Garoff is going to run off and do for a few moments. Is he's just going to wander off and follow this fight as it breaks out.
Right.
Oh gosh, I'm just picturing the Family Guy chicken fight just going over to town, and Garoff just following, watching.
Chicken, maybe. Fight coupon.
But who's gonna go first, Xena or Valina?
Well, you mentioned what you wanted to do first, so I think it'd probably be fair to let you go first.
Okay. So, actually, on the way, could I purchase like a little fancy leash for the wolf?
Gosh, let me see. Here, I'll do a die roll this time. Let's see if you get lucky. That's a below average. I'm gonna say you don't notice anything on the way there.
Okay. So she and Theobald eventually arrive at the spire, right? So there's no hiccups, no anything, or
yeah, definitely nothing happens. I'm just rolling random luck dice. Yeah, you don't notice anything. You don't. You do go near a market a little bit, but you don't really see anything that you're looking for as you quickly pass by. You do get to the place that people have nicknamed Spire. You do see a sign out front, and really quick here, I have to go back. I'm flip flopping, and I haven't even been moving you guys yet. Then the sign out front does say, oh gosh, what would be the term for it? Library is kind of a more modern term for it, but essentially it's like more or less saying that it's like the library of Akif, and it's a nicely embroidered sign. It's actually set into the stone of the wall that next to the front door, and it is probably the tallest building in town. I'd say probably a good 5 or 6 stories tall, and it's not huge around, which is why it's built up.
Right.
So there's probably multiple floors of whatever they've been keeping here.
If you're looking for an old term for a library, it probably would have been like a study or an archive.
Archive, yeah, that'd be probably it. The Archive of Akif.
Hmm.
I just did like a quick Google search on like old terms for library. Basically.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like I'm trying to describe this as quickly as possible. I don't want to do searching. But okay, yeah, the Archive of Akif is where you got. It's and looking at the building, you've seen like the sandstone that you're used to a lot of the buildings and so forth being in Zamoria. You're technically out of it. But at this point, there has been a little less sandy and a little more tropical, essentially, to the look of things around here. And this is actually some really nice, pristine, like solid, almost like granite rock work, as opposed to the usual sandstone. And you do see some nice woodwork in the like door and window frames and stuff like that.
Right. So Valena's gonna walk up and with Theobald and her wolf, or Raven on her shoulder, just wolf nestling up and like licking her little hand. And knocks on the door, I guess, or just pushing it open.
It does have a latch on the front, and there's nothing that says you can't just come in. And matter of fact, as you kind of walk up to grab the latch, it almost opens itself. It's very obviously not locked or anything.
Okay. So
By the way, what is the wolf doing? You mentioned the crow.
the wolf is just nestling beside her, looking around, sniffing people.
Okay, so it's right next to you.
Yeah, it's right next to her, and kind of sniffs Theobald. It's like, ooh.
Of course, you having a wolf makes me think of the one guy from the Conan cartoon that had the 2 wolves that were actually his siblings.
Right. Yeah, I remember him.
I think his name was even Grey Wolf.
Such an original name. So yeah, as you come inside, again, more of the nice, clean, slightly less sandy looking, more cleanish gray stonework, and the nice wood trim work here and there. Majority of the floor does seem to be made of stone as well. And as you look above, you do see some woodwork like rafters and stuff trying to hold up the floors above you.
Right.
Once you're inside and you look around a little bit, you can see there's a little bit of like a half wall in front of you, blocking your path, and you are essentially forced to head towards what looks to be more or less a front desk.
So I approach the front. So I approach the front desk.
All right. As you approach, there is a gentleman there, slightly older than middle age. He does seem to be looking over a scroll in his hands at the moment, and then looks up. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the archive. How may I help you both? Oh my. And he takes in seeing the crow and the wolf at your side.
And the Nord.
The Nord is he gets all sorts of types. It's not too crazy, but people walking in with animals is something a little bit new. Not every day.
And she goes, "Don't worry, he's well behaved. Sit." And he sits.
You know what?
Oh my gosh.
He rolls. I rolled a 5. He doesn't say no. All right. I guess we can allow that today. Is there anything I could help you to look for?
Yes. We're traveling down a river. I was wondering if there's information we can find in the river, lores, histories, what to expect on our travels, any
Oh,
kind of tribes we may encounter.
local histories then. All right. This way then. And he does step around the desk and well, he walks over. Actually, he does go over to the stairwell and he pages through something that's nearby. On the third floor, if you go to the other side of the archive, you should find a local histories area.
Thank you.
Most certainly. And anything for you, sir? And Theobald's kind of like not so sure, but he's he's mostly keeping an eye on you at the moment. But he does kind of go, anything on religions? And it does take the gentleman a moment, and there's something on the second floor where he can find a wing, essentially, of other works about
Oh
religious
my
stuff.
gosh, it should be so cruel to do this, but since ravens know mimicry, could I whisper a word and send it fly behind Diebold to say it to make
Wait.
it sound like he said it?
Wait, you're doing what now?
It's basically like using the bird as a message bird, but without the other guy noticing that the bird said it.
Wouldn't you need to train it ahead of time to do that?
Yeah, okay, fine.
I was about to say, that sounds like something you definitely need to be trained, otherwise you're going to have to roll pretty high for that bird, and you need bird stats.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's really something you planned for ahead of time. It's hard to just on the spot be like, okay, bird, do this. Bird's like, what?
Ah! Yeah, you try to do this, the bird just lands on Theobald's shoulder. Ah!
Oh
Everybody
no!
just
Oh
looks
no!
confused.
Elena can do this. But it'd be a little bit of a prank, and I'm not sure if Elena would do it. But what the hell? Theobald, didn't you want to ask the man about the erotic session?
Wait, what?
No, it's just a joke.
Did you say the erotic section?
Yeah. Because it's a small prank.
Both of them just look at you like you're a nut bar for about a few moments as you walk away. Don't mind
Yeah.
her, she's a bit of trouble, but she's usually not dangerous. Usually. Yeah, and the man just kind of smiles nervously as well. I get the picture.
All right. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, Raven.
You were looking for local history and so forth. So you're in the
No.
local history section.
Yeah, so I'm in local history, so I'm looking for any information, if not all information, or legends, histories, tribes in the area of the river that we're traveling.
So give me an investigation check.
All right. I don't know why it says +1 investigation. Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That's okay. She gets ADHD and distracted by another history. Yeah, I had the one good roll, and then all my rolls got bad.
Basically, you do find some stuff, at least particularly on the river. It's really easy to find stuff on the river. The river is called Ilbars. It's named after the mountains where the springs originally come from, which is why you're technically still going downstream. Although there are some other streams and rivers that do connect to it, like at Shadowsar where you first got onto it, the main amount of water does come from the mountains, and it goes straight into the valley at sea, which is where you're obviously intending to go.
So I can't find anything else.
It's a popular trade route to get further inland to the west, but that's about all you really find out.
So while she's down with the river, she's just gonna browse around, and see if she finds anything else interesting in the library that stands out.
All right. Gonna have Theobald actually roll. Is he actually able to focus himself long enough to actually find what he's looking for? He's got +0 bonus to this.
He's distracted by Elena's comment.
He can already tell you're up to no good, and after that last comment, he is essentially watching you, like constantly. He's like a slightly annoyed mother at this point. He's just watching, like, what are you plotting now? Kind of look on his face.
I guess. Do I roll another investigation for any other information that stands out?
Sure. Since you're divided on trying to look up the information on the local area. What else would you have been looking for, by the way? Was it just a general information
Arcane
thing?
lore, arcane lores, anything that, like great legends of, like, just not the local area, but of, like, the entire continent and stuff that stand out and stuff. That Blana wouldn't already know.
Actually, I'm gonna. That's not the one I was looking for. Dang it. I'll say that you at least got some basic, easy to find information. I'm just looking up really quickly what you would have found. I'm trying to find it, but it's being, oh, here we go. You find, oddly enough, a excerpt of some arcane knowledge, and this is derived on a local legend about a creature known as Thulsa Doom. The name rings familiar, and as you're looking through it, you do see that it is in fact a being that has apparently crossed paths with Conan. There's some weird aside about Thulsa Doom originally being some sort of set worshiper, but it's not. But it's believed that it might have been a former life, and that's not the Thulsa Doom that Conan has originally bumped into. The actual Thulsa Doom, as he has been described, is that he's a powerful and ruthless undead sorcerer, and he's also bumped shoulders with other unique characters, including a very old spoken of tale of Kull. I'm trying to get all the information correct here. But yes, he essentially, it's described that he is a undead sorcerer. He has done many different machinations and is involved also in necromancy, much like how you are. He was bending it towards obvious and blatant world domination, and the way he's described as a essentially he appears to be a male in black robes, belts around the waistline, a amulet around his chain around his neck, and his head. While the rest of his body seems human, his head is completely and totally a skull with fire coming out of the eyes.
Valena reads it with great investment and interest.
There is, in fact, a image that is shown in the scrolls that you find. I'm going to see if I can get this image to. Here, actually, I'm going to do something else. Images. Great. I'm trying to find. Trying to actually find the actual Thulsa Doom because yeah, that's where they got the name for the movie, but I'm not seeing it. What the hell? I can find it on the website. Oh, here we go. There's one interpretation. I think we might be able to go with that. So, what you see, I'm going to post it here really quick. If I can. Yeah, I can copy the URL. URL here, and I'm going to post it in the chat for you to see. Conan campaign. Boop.
Oh, that's crazy. And Valena's like,
Graf could use a new sword.
What was that?
yeah, Valena's like, Graf could use a new sword.
Trying to think. I would say that the records are best. The most recent one, which was a possible bumping into with Conan, was maybe about 20 to 30 years ago. It is believed that Thulsa Doom might finally be dead, but as stated numerous times, it's also believed that he was dead multiple times before then as well. It seems to be particularly hard to keep the undead sorcerer down.
Right. Valena is like, oh wait, she doesn't have that ability. She can't do that. Or can she? Can she find a blank parchment and write down with a pen and quill the information she just found on Felsadum?
Let's roll the luck dice again today. The luck dice are in your favor. Yes, you managed to look around. There is a little thing on like a end table that has some extra parchment, and you find a usable quill, and you quickly scroll down some notes.
Right.
Oh, what rock?
So Valena
found
does
stuff.
that.
As you're scribbling stuff down, by the way, Theodore actually looks over your shoulder and looks at what you've been looking over, and it's like, oof.
You just called him Theodore instead of Theobald.
Theobald. Theodore.
I
Thea
think
something.
Valena Alvin. Anyways.
Alvin!
Alvin! Simon! Theobald! Shut up, Dave!
By Crom, Dave, I will rip out your throat.
Yeah, so yeah, she's writing down this parchment, and it's like, you never know when such legends may come useful later. And also copy any basic information she gets from the local history about the river, and just takes the parchment, rolls it up.
And I'll take care of your information search for today.
Yeah, for today.
All right. So then I think we're going to hop to Azina, and with her and
Giselle and Conrad.
yeah, Giselle and Conrad. You do decide to go to the harbor master first, and he does. At first, there's an older gentleman, very sea-worn. He doesn't seem to respond very quickly at first, but when you mention that you've heard there's been a bit of trouble trying to get stuff across the sea, he does peek up his head a little bit and goes, "Ah, you're looking to find some extra work on your way, eh? Ah, there's been some trouble getting across the valley at sea, yes. Here." And he pages through a few things on his desk, and he finally comes up with a small parchment and hands it over to you. These local spice traders, they seem to be having trouble trying to find someone who can get across without getting themselves sunk. Did I have a look at it, and you should be able to find them pretty easily. And he
Right.
also kind of notions to head like more or less a northeast direction, to up the shoreline to try and find where they might be positioned.
All right. Oh, okay. So they're not in the town.
They're in town, but they're like not here, right here at the dock. You happened to ask the harbor master, and he
Oh.
had a good direction for you.
All right. While we're on the way there, I also I want me and Giselle to just kind of like keep our ears peeled for anyone maybe talking about anything concerning the pirates that have been robbing people in the area.
All right.
That'd be a perception check.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd probably be a perception check for the both of you then, unless you want to just get it with advantage.
I forgot to switch to my character name instead of the. All right. Yeah. I just I rolled a 20. Well, not a natural 20, but
better than what you did. So yeah, the Giselle does agree that they should keep their ears open for anything that might be heard as you're kind of going through the docks. She doesn't pick up on a single thing, but you are like hyper aware, and she's kind of noticing it. It's weirding her out a little bit. You seem a little bit almost skittish, but that's when you do finally overhear someone off to one side mentioning the fact that they've been hearing rumors of more pirates coming inland. It seems, and another very quick whisper on the other side of you about how there seems to be a small group of ruffians on rowboats causing trouble on the river. And that seems to qualify for what you might have been seeing markings for, especially after finding those empty crates. So there does seem to be at least a small group of troublemakers up on the river, so it's been a good idea to keep people posted.
Is there any chance that Ozzy and Blaine are running into each other while they're traveling the city or walking down the city?
Well, this is all happening while you're still heading to the library at this point. They just started,
okay.
so.
Okay.
Let me see here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it doesn't take you too terribly long as you head northeast. You find the right block. You look at the parchment, and it does give kind of like a housing number, and you do see that this is a city big enough that they do kind of have their own personal made housing numbers. And as you're going this way, it does seem to be getting closer and closer to the number given, and you do finally find a what's the word I'm looking for? Like my brain keeps wanting to say other words that doesn't. That's not it.
Address.
You find a warehouse, more or
Oh.
less. You find a decent sized warehouse. It's not too far from the docks that it's going to be a problem to get stuff on the docks.
Right.
But it is far enough away that it's like making sure things keep protected. And upon getting closer, you do find that the inside door is open, but also that there's a immediate guard already watching the door.
I greet the guard and ask if I can speak to somebody in charge of this establishment.
You see this big, towering man. He doesn't seem that buff, but he's a large guy, and that's obviously mostly there for intimidation. He has enough armor and a decent sized club at his side that it's like, yeah, you don't want to mess with this guy normally unless you really have to. He notices your particular dress and that you're coming with a small crowd. The tall, slightly tan-skinned guy, mostly from being out in the sun so long, he kind of leans over towards the doorway and gives a loud knuckle knock on the door frame. Yes, what is it? Possibly workers. He kind of sullenly calls out and then slowly lets you go inside. All right, let them in. As you're already being let in.
All right.
So you do go inside, and it's a decently kept warehouse. Everything seems to be nicely organized. There are crates all over the place, but they seem to be very specifically marked. And as you're going past some of the stacks of crates, you do finally find where the people are towards about the middle of the warehouse. There's a table sat there with some chairs, and there are crates literally still being filled with spices as you speak. They're just kind of checking over the quality, making sure everything's there, making sure nothing's damaged, and then packaging it up, getting ready to go. And you do see you do see a gentleman there, a little more finely dressed, but not like magnificently so. But it's obvious that he's more of a trader than he is a fighter or anything like that. Ah, he says. He kind of inspects you for a moment and then looks at the other two with you. So I take it you're a ship crew, yes?
I say, Captain Azina, at your service.
Captain, very nice, excellent. So I assume that you're possibly here about the spice trade. We've been putting some word out about it. We haven't had any luck getting anyone across the sea yet.
So yeah, we just came from Shadazar, and we didn't encounter any pirates on the way here, but we saw signs of their handiwork.
Yes, I've been hearing little whispers and rumors about the river too lately. Nothing but a pain. It seems like everyone's out to clear everyone's throat, and over spices of all things. I don't know why people would need to steal so much of it, but it's been hard to try and get it across, and it's worth a lot of money at this point if we can get a shipment through.
Yeah. Our next stop is what is it? Shapur is where we're heading next, isn't it?
Shapur, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to pronounce that.
Yeah, Shapur is our next intended destination, and I figured I'd see if I could find any work that could take care of at the same time. We're well armed, so if we get attacked, we can defend ourselves.
Well armed, excellent. How big is your boat?
It's a keel. I forgot. We have a keel boat.
Yeah, you mentioned that you have a keel boat. He's like, that's not going to be a lot, but that's definitely going to make it through. And it's also less likely that you'll be thought of as being a spice trader. Am I right? Certainly we can set you up with a decent amount to send over to Shapur, and I'm sure. And matter of fact, he kind of pages through some of his stuff. I think we've managed to get some stuff there not too long ago, but they've been having no success getting across the sea either. So you might be able to find extensions to your work there. And he slips you another parchment for some more information about essentially his partners over in Shapur.
I thank him.
Excellent, no problem. What's your boat, by the way? We can probably send stuff over within a couple hours.
He's asking for the name of the boat?
Yeah.
It's the Sea's Vengeance.
Interesting name. Excellent. All right. Sea's Vengeance. Got you.
Yeah,
he's not even going to question it. It's just like, people got their own reasons to go out to the sea if they're looking for trouble. Sure, you can seize vengeance. It is. And as he said, they'll send something in within a couple hours, and they should be able to have you ready for shipment before too terribly long.
All right.
And then that'll probably be the last thing they do for today before they close shop as well. So I'm gonna say it's roughly been about an hour to 2 hours, and both parties, a few moments difference, but both of you kind of end up back at the boat before too terribly long. Trying to think, trying to remember names now.
Actually, on the way back, now that I think about it, on the way back, I was gonna say me. I just thought about this. Me and the people that are with me. I was gonna say we should look for a place to buy like stuff like sleeping bags or whatever to make it more comfortable to sleep on the boat.
Actually, I believe people already came with that, although I don't think everyone came with that stuff. So you're looking for essentially extra bedding then on the boat.
Yeah.
All right. You can probably look for that. Yeah. Give me a brain. Give me a brain. I need a brain right now. I need one that can focus better and remember things.
Investigation.
Investigation, yes, please. What's the Worcestershire?
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. Okay, that was your investigation.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's not too hard to find bedding. You find a local fabric dealer, and they're like, "Oh, bedding, yeah, sure, we got some supplies here." And you find some stuff in the back corner. I'm gonna say it takes you maybe like 5-6 silver, and you've got the extra bedding for at least another 2 people.
All right. I can subtract that.
I just want so badly to salesman to go, this bedding's really nice. It's a Tempur-Pedic.
We call this the Silent Green Special. It's made of people.
Oh. Because I mean, there's really not much reason for us to actually go to an inn unless we just want a really nice meal.
True, and you could, and actually, to be honest, if you look close enough nearby the docks, you're gonna find plenty of places with these decent meals, anyways. So why bother spending all the money on a room too?
Yeah.
Also, Vilena, give me another investigation check on your way back through the market.
All right. Investigation. Investigation.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, as you're going through the market, almost immediately you see a leather worker, and you already see automatically right on some of the stuff on his front shelf is he's got collars for animals.
Right. She walks up and is like, "Excuse me, sir, how much for a collar and leash?"
Shorthand, it's like 5 copper for the collar and another 10 for a leash.
So 15 copper. So
yeah.
So like
it's
silver
literally just a bit of leather. It's the worst part is trying to make the long leather straps for the leash.
Yeah, so like how much silver? It's like 2 or 1.5.
Be 1.5 if it's 15 copper.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be essentially it would be 1 silver and like 5 copper.
Right. Yeah, she touches it over Soren and it's like, "Come along," and he just kind of hopped along. He's all happy.
The wolf kind of looks down at this weird collar and leash thing he's got going on. It's like, why are you doing this to me? And you just cheerfully do the come along and give him a light tug, and he's just like, fine. He gets up and willingly follows you again. You're the one that provides food. He's not going to question it too hard. Yeah, the everyone gets back to the boat before too long, and as you're all getting back, by the way, Gunther is getting the supplies into the hold, and as you continue to wait, eventually the crates do arrive as they're helping board the spices onto your ship and putting them in the hull through the top crate. But trying to think. Everybody give me a perception check.
Okay.
Perception.
Oh boy. That was a terrible roll.
I was not much better.
And Theobald.
Oof, that's a nice one.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow. As you're all, as the spices are before too terribly long, the spices are on. You see the boat has sunk a little bit into the water, but it's not doing too badly. You get a nice amount in there. They're pretty much telling us straight up you're going to get like a couple hundred gold easy just for getting this shipment downriver at this rate. And as they're packing things up and heading off, you do realize things have been a little bit quiet, and that's when you realize Theobald's the first one to realize, oh shit, where's Guttoff?
Oh
Starts
god.
looking around.
Oh yeah.
I am
I'm
going
gonna
to do a
say-
series of luck rolls for Geralt now. Ooh, interesting. Oof. Oof. Oh, okay. So, long story short, as you are all just starting to worry about the fact that he's been gone a while, you find him actually starting to slowly sway back and forth as he's making his way back to the boat. Amongst the crowd of people coming and going. He has a mug in his hands, and he seems to have a red streak from his nose down to his chin.
Gareth, go to the hold. You're drunk.
Oh, he's got like a bloody nose or get a red streak. I'm guessing that's blood.
I am not as think as you drunk I am. Ah, smacks the empty mug on the ground. Today was interesting. I got into a fight. I got into another fight. And the fight led to a bar. Fun was had today. I didn't have to pay for the drink. And slowly walks onto the ship.
Elena helps him into the ship so he doesn't accidentally fall off into the water.
He kind of grunts, but unwillingly lets you continue to pull him onto the boat.
I say I'm guessing you're not gonna want to go get dinner with the rest of us then if you're.
He kind of wipes a little bit of the mess off his face. Oh, I didn't even notice. Kind of shakes it off into the water. I'm plenty fed and well drunk.
All right.
The barbarian had his fun. He got to be rowdy. He got beat up a little bit. He beat some people back up and got out of there scot-free and with drinks.
All right.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna be
So I'm
so
guessing
silly.
he's gonna go take a nap.
Pretty much. He's going to easily just take another nap on the boat now, and he's going to stay put for a while.
All
This
right.
is gonna be so silly, but Elena's gonna go, Soren, make sure he doesn't do anything too crazy when he's drunk, and the wolf just takes his pot and salutes her.
I don't think the wolf can do that.
But yeah, I know, but it's
Just
like I
pretending
said.
you're acting like we're in an anime.
This is not an anime.
Woof,
The
woof.
dog is not going to salute.
But I was
Not
gonna- I
unless
was
you
gonna
made
s-
him salute for you.
I mean, I honestly, I wasn't gonna suggest to have the wolf stay and guard the ship since Garroth's kind of not
Drunk.
with it at the moment.
Yeah, but I guess what really happens is she's like, protect the ship and watch Gareth and make sure he doesn't do anything drunk, and I'll give a nice piece of meat for you later. And he just wags his tail.
Oh, that wiggles the tail and sits down.
I bring a. Oh God, what did I name my parrot? Alberto? Yeah, Alberto. I bring my parrot with us.
All right. Just perched on your shoulder. Yeah, you probably left Alberto on the ship just to be fancy and just look important as he watched over the boat. No, now he gets a trip inland and he gets to have a snack probably.
Yeah. So, I guess me and the rest of the crew are gonna go find some place to eat.
All
Right.
right. Obviously, it's not going to be hard to find a place to eat. They literally purposely put some places near the dock, including taverns and inns and so forth, so people can
Right.
try to easily find them eventually. I'm going to say to feed your extra 2 crew members, it's going to be like a silver each.
Okay.
And then for feeding yourselves at as a decent place, it's probably going to be another silver for each player.
So that's
All right.
six silver.
Unless you want to split it up between a lot of you. That could be one.
Oh.
Yeah, that could be easily a 6
My
silver.
character's got the most money, so I'll just pay for it.
All right.
All right.
All right. On the captain provides food and drink. It's not a super seedy dive, but it's not exactly like the best and brightest place ever either. They have some decent drink, and their fish is definitely freshly caught, so you get some fresh fish for eating, and a couple of other things on the side, and a little as any good place these days would have it. There's a little bit of entertainment if you so desire to watch it.
I think Valena would watch it and just out of curiosity.
What kind of entertainment?
The typical entertainment. You got dancers. They're in there. They're doing their thing. A few of the guys are overly entertained. Some of the other guys couldn't care less. They're just there for the food or whatever.
Okay.
Gotta say that pretty much goes by without any major events. You do find some food for the parrot to eat and feed him, as well as the
once
crow.
again, I want to try and train. Like I tried this before. I want to try and train the parrot to say shiny when he sees a coin.
Want to try and train him to say shiny. All right, so you're gonna tempt him with a meal. All right, give me an animal handling check.
That's at least better than the last one I got.
It does take a little while, but eventually, after you hold it out in front of him long enough and go shiny, and then hide it and then pull it back out again, by the end of the meal, he does start going shiny.
I was going to train my raven to do something, but I realized this is too breaking. I was going to train the raven to say, "Nevermore."
Yeah, that's too fourth wall breaking.
I'll teach it a fun word. Yeah, just have it. I'll think of it later. I'll just try doing animal handling.
All right. Oh wow. Whatever it is you're trying to train him to say, you got it. Xena seems to struggle a little bit with the second word, but your first word now is an easy one. So what are you going to train him to do?
No, that
Aside
one
from
word.
danger.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be actually a fun one. Passenger ahoy!
What was that?
Passenger ahoy.
Passenger ahoy.
That's
And
a
like
mouthful.
it's basically every time a stranger comes onto the ship. So it'd be like a doorbell, basically.
Actually, I would say just simplify that to ahoy!
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 So, I'm just training my parrot to be like an entertaining sidekick, and he's training his crow to be useful.
Basically. Yeah. Well, it's useful to have a parrot that can see coin. That way you don't have to be actively looking for it. It'll be found easily enough. Shiny!
Yeah, like light hits a coin. Shiny!
Oh god, I just thought of something even worse. All of a sudden, you just see a flashlight in a dimly lit hall. NBC late night mystery movie.
What?
NBC late night mystery movie. Oh, that's a Mystery
Oh.
Science Theater reference for you all. Every time the robots see the flashlight, NBC late night mystery movie. Yeah, that.
I guess Felena's going to ask for a. I don't know. Would the wolf prefer raw or cooked meat?
What?
Would the wolf prefer raw or cooked meat?
I don't think the wolf would carry out of the way as long as there's enough of it.
So I guess like a good piece of steak or something.
Sure, you can probably ask for a steak and actually ask for it uncooked and it'll be slightly cheaper.
Yeah, I'll get an uncooked steak.
That'll probably run you, like another silver.
All right,
Another silver and you got a nice big meal for the wolf.
right.
They'll even wrap it up for you. So is that gonna be it then?
Actually, Blaine's gonna ask around. By any chance, did a drunk barbarian fought in here?
Oh god.
Actually, one guy in the corner pipes up. I'm not in here, but I saw a drunken, muscle-bound oaf over in the tavern next door. Was making quite made a mess of somebody's face and was enjoying himself plenty.
Okay. Now, if this actually succeeds, I'm not going to expect to actually roleplay it because of the inappropriateness of it. But Azina sees if she can persuade one of the dancer girls to spend the night with her
Oh,
with money.
Oh,
with money. Oh, okay. Yeah. Try a persuasion check. And roll with uh, my brain can't
Advantage.
remember words. Advantage. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you center on this is not a particularly big place. They just got two gals that are dancing. You come up to one of the dancing girls. Let's say it's a brunette, and she's just kind of doing her thing. A nice flowy outfit, barely more than a bikini. And you just kind of come over, start up a little conversation. She keeps dancing, and a little more talk, and also a little bit of coin. And she's giving you the eye, so to speak. And after a few more words, yes, she does say she'll accompany you in a little bit.
The question is, how much gold did that cost me?
We're gonna say like that was an easy 10.
Okay.
Not every day she's get someone that offers 10 out of the gate.
And Azina's just in a celebratory mood because of feeling the most complete she has in a while.
I feel great. Let's have fun.
I mean, that's also why I treated everybody.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that by this point everyone's done with their meals. So actually, Zena, how do you want to go about that? Are you going to like follow the dancer on into the back room, or are you planning to take her to the ship or something?
Actually, yeah, probably. I probably would tell the rest of the crew I'll meet them at the ship in the morning because be more private to not be on the ship for something like that.
True. Best option there. All right, so yeah, you do tell the others that you'll come along eventually by morning for sure, and you do spend the rest of your evening with one of the dancers that night.
I think Elena, when she gets back to the ship, she definitely gives the meat to the wolf
Yep.
and
All right.
tells it, pats it on the head, and goes, "Good job."
It's tame enough. It doesn't just completely outright howl, but it does give you a noted vocalization of almost like you're welcome, but is also very eager to eat.
Yeah, I just picture it's like.
Kind of
But
halfway rumble of thankfulness just for getting food and ripping off
yeah,
pieces and quickly eating. As it continues to
Valina
watch over
is
the ship.
gonna go check on Garoff and see if he's okay after his little drinking incident.
Let's have a roll here. Boom. Oh, he made the marker. Okay. Barely. You do go back into the cabin. You do find Garoff. He's kind of rolled over on his side. He does seem to have sobered up a little bit, but is otherwise like halfway sleeping until you open the door. He's just like, "Huh," and just kind of sits up.
She walks up and just kind of sits on her knees and just goes, "Are you okay? You had a rough day." Though it seemed, though it seemed.
You mentioned the rough day, and Geralt's just like, I had a very fun day. Got a little too excited, I think, but otherwise I'm fine.
Sounds like it was more like a rough day for the other person.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The person tried to punch down Geralt, but trying to punch down Geralt is like trying to punch a brick wall.
People in the tavern were, well, at least one person was talking about how you just wailed this guy down.
he tries his best to stifle a chuckle and starts going on about how after everyone left, he noticed a fight breaking out. He decided to follow it. It was essentially a couple of guys who are apparently in town rivals were just having it out in the street. The fight brought in other fights. He kind of just traveled along with how the fights were going. A few of them got a little too big, and he did get involved in them physically, which led him to getting pulled into a tavern, where he did essentially take one guy at one point and smash his face into a table until he just submitted and stopped moving. He then took his coin purse and spent all his money on drink and a little bit of food.
Oh.
He had a rough but enjoyable day. There was a chain of rolls I got that were just like, oh wow, they're trying to beat the hell out of him. He's not doing very successful. All of a sudden he rolls a 19. It's like, and now he epic fucking wins. Okay.
So
I'm just kind of wondering. I'm just kind of expecting to see Gareth goes, wait, where's the captain?
Lena just goes, looks at him and just goes, "You know, you're still bleeding. Here, put your head on my lap, and I'll relax."
He goes, wait, bleeding, and all of a sudden, joink! As you basically just pull him by the head and force his head to be on your lap, and he's just like, I don't know if I want to be here.
And just goes, like, puts her finger on his lips and just goes, shh. Just kind of just hums like a tune she's heard from Hyborian when growing up. Just relaxes him and just.
Okay, try to relax him. What do we roll for this?
I think that would be persuasion.
All right, persuasion him.
Oh gosh!
Or
Or
maybe-
wouldn't it
or
be
maybe-
before a performance?
It would be one or the two.
Actually, yeah, maybe more of a performance.
Either way, it's the same thing. The raven interrupts her every time she tries to hum.
No, he doesn't interrupt you. He's just staring up at you like, what the fuck is going on? I suddenly want me back at the bar. I don't know if I want to be here.
I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's not working.
He is going to let this just happen because obviously at this point you're not letting him go, but he is like just like what the fuck the entire time. How long do you try to carry on with this?
I basically go, like, seeing this ain't working. Belina is just gonna go, fine, just hands him a gold coin and just goes, buy yourself a drink and just go look for a place to bathe or something. Clean up.
I could just jump off the boat.
No, not Garroff, Belina, because she's.
Oh,
Hyborian.
she's going to find a place to clean. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so
he
she's
just
gonna
blinks at the extra gold and is like, okay, thanks.
to go. Basically, she gave him a gold piece. Go buy yourself and just.
He's just every level of confused.
He's like, but I just got drunk. Why do I need to get drunk again?
Yeah, he's literally just gonna pocket the coin like, I don't really need to go. I've had my fun for today.
And you're gonna let that stop you.
You're being very weird today.
I kind of more and more just picture him thinking, where is the other one?
Where are the other two? There's two of them now.
Well, Giselle should actually be on the boat, just probably not in the same
She's probably
room.
not in the hold right now. No, she's probably out on the deck, probably with the other guys, making sure everything's set and casing up things and wrapping it up and giving the wolf his room to eat. Which by the time you come out, Velena, the wolf is done eating and seems very content with himself.
Well, at least she satisfied one man.
Oh.
Ooh. That's a savage burn, is what that is.
Yeah.
So you said you were going to go find a place to take a bath. By the way, it is getting late at this point. It's essentially the modern equivalent of like about 8 or 9 o'clock at night at this point.
Right. I guess. You know what? Lena's just so ticked off that she's probably gonna go get herself a drink.
All right, so she just heads off to a tavern to drink. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, after you leave, he does finally eventually poke his head out. He sees Giselle and he sees the other two guys and just kind of looks around. Is she gone yet? Giselle kind of looks at you, looks at him, raises his eyebrow, and just like, you're talking about Velena? Why? What happened? The creepy necromancer just tried to make me rest my head on her lap and tried to sing songs to make me relax. I am so out of it now. My drunk buzz is officially gone. I don't know what the hell happened.
Well, to be fair, he has a gold coin to get his drunk buzz back.
It'll have to be something pretty damn potent.
That's why she gave him a gold.
Here's a gold. I want some paint thinner.
Oh my god, Gareth is still the best NPC.
By the way, after the barbarian retells the story of what the hell just happened with Elena, Giselle is just like, she seems to have something for you, but you really aren't having it, are you? He's just like, I don't know. That witch is just weird.
Meanwhile, you hear Velena at a bar just drinking, just downing her drink, just going, "Men!"
So, I'm just thinking, so does Gareth have a better or worse opinion of wizards because of Elena?
Wizards are wizards, but Velena is probably the weirdest fucking shit he's ever seen. So Velena is just a special little pocket of crazy right now to him. Until he even encounters enough other wizards to for sure validate that they're all nuts. He's at least semi-logical about this. He needs to see other wizards to make sure.
Of course, that also is whether or not he considers my character a wizard because she does use magic.
Yeah, you're a strange one too, but not on the same level.
He probably also understands like the desire for like treasure and glory more than skulls.
Oh, he does respect the glory and the power of the shiny shiny. But yeah, you basically kind of just rode this one into the ground. Valena's off getting drunk.
Azina's doing stuff we can't mention on Twitch.
Azina's off doing her thing. I literally just looked for it. You had a perfectly fine evening.
You know, this is gonna be random, but Valaine's gonna look around and see if there's like any big bulky guys around the tavern she's drinking.
What eyes?
You're
looking for buff dudes?
Yeah, buff dude.
She's looking for some beefcake.
You're looking for some beefcake? Okay, give me give me investigation. I'll say perception, but no, that's an investigation.
This would be hilarious fourth wall breaking if Growl shows up.
It'd probably be perception if like it was a busier time of the day, but it's like late at night now.
Oh, so it's on perception.
I said investigation. Yes, please.
I'll
I'll give you a chance to reroll that. Slightly better.
It's slightly better.
Oh, what do I want to do with this? Let's go with the happy dice roll. If it's odds, I got an idea. If it's evens, I got another idea. It's evens. Oh boy. Okay. So as you're getting yourself drunk at the local tavern, Theobald comes into view.
Oh no.
And what Bertella are you doing? What got you so anxious that you left the ship like that?
She just goes, you and your kind, the men, you are terrible.
He slowly raises a finger, puts it to your lips, and you're drunk.
Not enough.
He ponders over this for a moment and then raises an eyebrow because he does suddenly think about the fact that you did go into the hold and then come back out all upset. Were you trying to put the moves on the barbarian?
He's
Silence
denser
says
than the
yes.
wood on a ship. And
What
downs
was
in her
that?
drink. He's denser than the wood on the ship.
Theobald turns around and has a good chuckle. Comes back around. Aye, lass, he's a barbarian. Although I will say that your tendencies would weird out most people. Just being brutally honest and out there.
Well, to be brutally honest, in Hyboria, men would throw themselves at me.
What?
He ponders for a moment how to respond to that.
In Hyboria, basically, she said women would throw themselves at her.
Oh.
Um,
Well, yeah, aren't you royalty there? Oh, that's right. Your characters are the out of her element type.
very out of her element. He kind of blinks, looks around. There's like a couple of guys just looking like, what the fuck? And he kind of slowly looks back to you. Aye, lass, I'm sure there are plenty of fine men back where you came from. Thing is, you're very out of your depth out here, for one. And for two, you are a lovely young woman. But I would suggest that you have some very bizarre quirks about your person.
I can't do this because this is Twitch, but
Mhm.
let's see what she can do. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can sum it up that way. It's like she just walks up to the nearest guy and just goes, "Would it be weird for me to ask you to walk the streets at night with me?"
Just a random nearby guy.
Yeah.
You get all the looks, and a few guys all throughout the tavern start chuckling. Matter of fact, I'm gonna roll something here for you for that too. It's just like,
I know. I knew you were gonna do
oh. Immediately, he just looks you up and down, and like, necromancer, and walks away.
this.
Oh yeah, you've openly been talking about that in the middle of the bar, haven't you?
She's probably been talking about her necromancy. She's of the white hand. She's literally head to toe white, and she obviously looks like a tall, decently built Hyborian. So she's she's an obvious fish out of water, and people know enough about Hyborians to know about the necromancers, and it's just like and walk away.
She just goes, "Oh, why don't you guys find me beautiful?"
Theobald walks up beside you, hand on your shoulder. Dear, you stand out in the crowd. And I think there's something you really should know about being outside of home. Here, let me walk you back to the boat.
She just, he basically has to carry her
He
over his shoulder.
he starts to essentially escort her out. He even gets an extra mug for her to drink from as she tries to help calm her down.
I had a silly picture in my head of like her humped over.
The cleric literally just grabs up a big mug of ale. Here, drink this.
No. Basically, picture this: like he's picking her up. She's over his shoulder, right? And on the other end, on his back, is she's just pouring the big jug into a tankard and just drinking it.
The thing is, dear, you're outside of Hyboria. You're obviously a necromancer, and outside of Hyboria, you're obviously trouble. That's it. You're kind of a giant flapping white flag of "Oh God, run away."
You know the best part about this? My character isn't there to witness any of this. She's just gonna come back to the ship.
She's gonna come back and she's gonna hear stories.
And she's as she's being carried out, escorted out, she's crying, and it's just like right as like the way I said she was hold, right? As she's taken out of the tavern, she slams the door and goes, "Man!"
And as soon as you turn around, there's the cleric right in front of you again, finger to your lips. Shh, calm thyself. Drink some more. Go on. You'll feel better.
And then they eventually get back to the ship, and she's just totally plastered.
Actually, yeah. By the time you get back to the ship, we're gonna say that Geralf is officially as sober as fuck. And I was raising an eyebrow at seeing the necromancer coming back completely blitzed, and the cleric literally trying to lead her back onto the ship.
And yeah, trying to walk up the ramp, and it's like, no, don't go that way, not that way.
This way. There you go. There you go.
She
Not that far to the right. There you go. Now let's take you right back to the hold. Matter of fact, let's take you back to your bedding underneath the stairs. And nods and slowly helps you get underneath the to get you into the cabin and gets you into the hatch to go
real
downstairs.
quick. She's gonna walk up to Gareth and go, "You, I have something to say to you," and she just passes out.
Thibault literally just grabs you up in both arms, kind of looks down at you, looks back up at Geralf. I think she finally got out of her system, and starts walking off. If you want to remain passed out the entire time, you can, but otherwise, Theobald is essentially going to carry you down into the hold to your little bedding under the stairs.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But I was basically just saying she farts on the way down or something. But
Oh, poor Theobald.
yeah, but she's just gonna remain passed out for morning.
All right. After that entire little show that went on the front deck, once more, Giselle is just looking at Geralt and looking at what all happened there, and it's just like, she is really strung up and weird, isn't she? Mm.
You know, I'm just kind of picturing in the morning when Azina gets there, she's gonna be like, I missed what
last
now?
parting words before she moves on. Civilized people, am I right? The thief does also have her slight chuckle and gets back to wrapping up things for the night before heading to bed.
No, the Raven can't do that. But like the Raven, I just had this idea of the Raven looking at Geralt, the thief, and then looking back at Valena, and when he stares at Valena, goes, "Swing and a miss."
Swing and a miss. That's actually more of a parrot. Swing and a miss.
Alright.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that we're going to move on to the next day.
Yep.
Valena, you wake up. You have a minor headache, but it's not too bad, and you realize you were fucking wasted.
Actually, I could kind of see the bobbing of the ship causing her to have nausea when she wakes up.
She just.
You had to think about that now.
I'm not sure if you want to go into that or not, but it's a possibility if you want to go that way. I'm also going to say, as people are just starting to wake up, it's basically crack of dawn. Everyone else did fall asleep in the cabin for the most part, except for 2 members. And speaking of which, as people are coming out of the cabin, Azina does finally come back, jacket over the shoulder, smug look on her face. Had a nice, pleasant evening.
Valena wakes up with a biggest killer hangover she's ever had, and it's like she has a headache and the light's too bright, so she just kind of held herself in the hold.
Actually, you don't really notice the light at first until you get up into the cabin, because as you look around now in the hold, it's suddenly full of lots and lots of boxes.
Oh, yeah. That would block out a lot of the lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of peeking through, but not near as much as the cabin, and as soon as you poke your head into the cabin where there's some windows, you're just like, and close the hatch again.
Yeah, she just closes the hatch and just kind of balls up in her little corner.
Relax and take it all in.
She's just kind of balled up, just like,
So, Azina, you finally get back to the ship. I'm gonna say that we're gonna say that names. Giselle's the first one up, and I think Conrad is probably also up, just going over charts a little bit for himself for the next bit of traveling.
Right.
Oh, not too long after you arrive, Geralt also pokes his head out of the cabin as well, and Fi comes out and puts his helmet back on.
So, Azina and Geralt are probably the 2 people that enjoyed themselves the most yesterday.
Probably. Even though there's some really weird shit that messed with Geralt's buzz. Speaking of which, it doesn't take you very long being on the ship before he's starting to tell you tales of the weird shit went down with the necromancer yesterday.
Who's telling me this?
Garoth.
Yeah.
Gareth. Oh. Yeah, so that was basically like I missed what now?
That fucking loony necromancer pulling my head into her lap and singing shit at me. I swear she was trying to enchant me. I don't know what the hell's gotten into her.
I just kind of go, well, that's just silly. I'm the only talented singer around here.
Doesn't even argue on that, but does continue going about how she basically flipped out, gave him a coin and told him to go get drunk and ran off herself. And a little while later, Theobald came back with her wasted, and last she was seen was Theobald taking her downstairs to rest. In which case, Theobald does also finally come out now too and goes, "Aye, addition to that, the necromancer has poked her head out of the hatch in the floor and immediately hated daylight. So everyone's awake for the time being."
Somebody should probably get her a glass of water.
Theobald thinks for a moment, sighs, and picks up the water, the water skin he has at his side, and goes back into the cabin. Cleric's duty.
I was about to. I was about to say, like, Garab just picks her up and throws her over the board and just goes, water.
Water!
Yeah, he barely cracks open the hatch, and you just like water. And he slowly a water skin that's full to the brim lowers down to you, and closes the hatch again, allowing you to drink and relax for a few minutes.
The question is, who's going to cook breakfast before we leave?
Huh? You know what? Let's give that to Garoth. Garoth actually cooks every once in a while. And he does have survival. And eating food is part of survival. 17, not too bad.
So, yeah, I'm assuming.
So after a few minutes, you start to smell some of the fresh meat being cooked. Some fish, a little bit of bacon, some eggs.
Well, I was gonna say, don't we have leftover crocodile too?
Well, that's right. I also probably some of the crocodile actually. So skip the fish, crocodile. Some crocodile, some eggs, a little bit of bacon.
Yeah, we shouldn't really have any fish because we haven't done any fishing yet. We just got supplies.
Well, you did get food supplies labeled under various, shall we say, from yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, but I was more or less asking him to get like, mostly
hardtack and produce and something to get fish with. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
whatever.
crocodile breakfast is had, and eventually a plate is lowered to Velena as well.
Yeah, I love how they're just lowering and not actually going to her. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to keep distance from her right now.
She might bite my hand off.
Actually, I'm pretty sure every time you see a hand, it's Theobald, and as he lowers the plate, he actually does reach out and give you a light pat on the top of your head and closes the hatch again. You obviously need a little while in the dark right now. You need to recover.
Right.
So, not too terribly long after breakfast, I assume you set off then?
Yeah.
Alright.
These spices aren't going to deliver themselves.
Gotta get them going sometime today. Alright. Let me double check. Actually, I'm gonna. While you guys are on the ship map, I'm gonna double check the big map again. I'm gonna say there's 2 days to get there. I'm gonna say it's gonna be about a full day before you can get to Turan. So yeah, if you take off right now, you can probably get there by nightfall.
Right.
It's a little less lengthy, but also I will add that as you're continuing on, the river gets a lot wider. It's obviously heading towards a bigger body of water.
Right.
I will say also that your morning continues on without much incident. And rolling into noon, Well, into noon, I'm not even going to have people check. I'm going to say that you notice those markers again. Like, you see, like, what looks to be the marks of, like, at least 3 rowboats on the shoreline.
Right.
You don't see
We don't
any.
actually-
You don't see any ruins. You don't see any crates, but you assume there's probably crates somewhere in the tree line.
Right. And we're not going to stop to investigate because we actually have cargo now that we need to get delivered.
Mm-hmm. All right. And at this point, it's a little after noon, and I'm going to say everyone roll perception. And by this time, by the way, Velena, you've had lunch, and you've actually come out of the cabin now. You're feeling a little bit better.
Rolled really poorly.
Gareth.
Wow, we all rolled.
Giselle. And
Holy shit.
Theobald.
Oh my god. Everybody rolled below 10. What the fuck?
Ooh. Yikes. Okay.
Me and Giselle rolled the highest.
Yeah, you're tied for
Which
the
was a
highest.
9.
Ouch. It's about, I want to say, it's almost nearing like 1 in the afternoon, thereabouts. You're maybe like a couple hours away from hitting Shapur, where you're going to be stopping. And that's when you suddenly see and hear a arrow whistle by and suddenly hit the smack side of the ship.
I yell combat. Combat's fuck. Prepare for combat.
The combat, so what? Ah! Alright. So let me get this going here.
It's a good thing we gave Gareth that crossbow.
Oh, jeez. Elena has a -1 initiative.
-1 to what?
Initiative.
Are we supposed to be rolling for initiative?
Gonna get back to the proper page here, and yes, you're probably gonna want to roll for initiative because I'm about to unveil what you're seeing. I need to scroll all the way over this way. There we go. Up so I can find the boat. Zoom out a bit further. There we go.
Where is the thing we're supposed to be seeing?
Just a moment.
Oh yeah, we can get shown. Yeah.
Getting all the initiatives in first.
Oh, his name's Gunther,
wait.
not Gunther. I kept thinking it was Gunther for some reason. No, it's the same name as the penguin from Adventure Time.
I just typed in quickly what it was last time. I didn't take time to spell check.
Gunther is an actual name though, so it's, I mean...
So, alright. Time to show you what you're up against. Reveal area. It's a big map. Actually, so I'm to think I should probably make it a little bit bigger.
Rowboats at the rear.
As you look out, you do indeed see 3 rowboats coming up behind you. The middle rowboat has a particularly large, trying to think of the right word. They have a very large man who's obviously the captain. He seems to also be for sure of Zamorian lineage. And you just hear his gruff as hell voice just shouting orders as the middleman on each of the boats is manning the oars themselves, and you see the guys in the back of each of the canoes pulling up bows and letting loose. Matter of fact, the middle one is of particular interest yet again because as he stands up, he's taking the longest to get ready. But as you see he's taking the longest to get ready, you also see that his arrow tip is being lit on fire and is launching another shot.
Okay, real quick though, are we supposed to see health bars for Conrad and Gunter?
Actually, I don't even have.
Because you rolled initiative for them, but they don't have anything on them.
No, I'm on the wrong thing. I actually do have hit points and stuff for them. Let me see if I can edit them to be seeable. How do I? Bar location.
On the I think it's like the second tab on the token editor. You can pick whether or not we can see the certain stats.
I do have it clicked and see. I'm gonna check on see on that and see if that helps. Did that change anything? No, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Come on, why are you being this way? I don't know what the difference is between your guys and the character ones that's causing them to not be seen.
Well, I think part of it is if you're putting in like the thing where you put their HP, right? If they don't have a sheet, you need to put you need to have their HP be like 10 out of 10 instead of just 10, otherwise it won't show a bar.
Okay. Actually, I think it's bar 3 that they need to be seen. That's just for that. Okay, and save changes. There we go.
Yeah. I don't see numbers, but I see a bar at least.
Both of these guys have 24 hit points.
Okay. So in spite of not having an actual class, you gave them a decent amount of health, so they don't.
Technically, they have a class borrowing from the Captains and Cannons manual. They are, I believe, there's captains and then there's sailors. Yeah, sailors. So they have the basic sailor stats.
Okay.
To which I give them benefits on particular things that work along their particular chosen class of either craftsmanship or sailing.
So did you edit both of them, or? Right now, I see a bar over this one, but not this one. If you.
Oh. Everyone. There we go. That's the problem. Save.
Okay, his I actually see the numbers. I don't know why the other one I don't. Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
As long as we can see the bars, that's important. That's important.
It's with everyone. There we go.
So more or less, them they really shouldn't be. I don't know what to say they should be doing because they don't have ranged weapons.
No, they do not. Actually, what I'm going to also suggest to you, Ozzy, and this is something you can take one turn to do, is that the book here does suggest that, amongst other things, you can actually do commands that help out the boat itself.
Okay.
And I'm trying to... Here, let me get back to the contents of the book again, really quick. Because they do have special abilities, especially for someone like you who's technically a captain. Crew actions, page 6. Sail, helm, operate. There's a special one called command. Essentially, Essentially, what command does is that it gives sailors a +2 buff for anything that they try to do in their turn.
How long does that last?
For that particular until their next move, I think. So the whatever when they're trying to do something for the ship to try and like maybe speed it up or try to direct it, they get +2 for that next turn
Right.
to do that.
I'm not sure how much we're gonna do that because we're mainly just defending the ship at the moment.
I'm trying to see if it says if it's a full action or just a if it can be. I'm gonna say that it can be a bonus action because it's mostly you telling them to get going and essentially
All right.
inspiring them really quickly to get to work.
All right, but I gotta wait till it's my turn to do that, right?
True, and I should bring up the list here. Clock.
So this is a weird question. Like that, the boat graphic. I'm assuming is that stuck in place. Like we can't. Can we turn the boat? Or
I can touch the boat. I'm not sure if I don't think I allowed you guys to touch it. I think try clicking on the boat and seeing if anything pops up.
yeah, no, nothing possible. I was just asking because I was gonna ask if maybe they should turn the boat so the ships are. Actually, I don't know. Actually, now I think about having the side of the ship to them might actually be a bad idea because it'd be easier for them to attack the ship.
Yes, it would make you a bigger, wider target, and I would also add that there is officially hit points for the boat now.
All right. If we had a cannon, I would command them to use it, but we don't.
Nope. That's pretty much rests up to the left up to the rest of your crew. These two would particularly need orders to help them get organized as to what they need to be doing to get the boat out of here, if anything. Actually, I just realized I need to do all of these guys now. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to select them for at least their boat right now. So each of their canoes gets 1 turn.
Because of the fact that they got to get close enough to the boat before most of them can do anything anyhow, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming they don't all have bows.
No, there only seems to be 3 bows, and one of them is shooting fire arrows, in particular the one with the captain on it. Oh wait, wrong way. There we go. On the plus side, it seems most of your crew is the first.
I don't even see the enemies on the tracker.
I was about to say, actually, I think I must have clicked the wrong button. There we go.
I don't think you rolled for them because I don't see any dice rolls in the.
I swore I just did, but okay, there we go. Oh shoot.
I'm confused because are you doing like invisible? Okay, there we go. Finally appeared. Maybe it was lag. Yeah, because now I see 3 rolls.
Nah, I didn't hide them.
I think it just lagged, and that's why.
I'm gonna say, for ease of this, we're just gonna go with the actual order that they're listed here, and I'm gonna say that the pirates do go first. That particular canoe. So, I'm gonna say for the sake of each turn right now, the canoes can move up to about 2 spaces, and your boat is only moving 1 because canoes are smaller and faster, to be honest.
Right.
So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow them to creep up by 1, whereas your boat's kind of going to be stationary at the moment. So that moves up by 1, and this guy is going to have an attempt to try and attack you with a bow. He doesn't actually. I'm going to roll and see which one he goes for first. If he's going to attack one of your members, or actually, yeah, he's probably going to attack one of your members. Just gonna say that up front. He doesn't have a reason to attack the boat yet.
Yeah, if he's not using fire arrows, it probably wouldn't have much effect on the boat.
Mm-hmm. Now, where was it? Contents again. Miscellaneous. Shipless, crisis, sample. I had them. I don't know where they ran off to. Here. Okay, there we go. Makes 2 colorless attacks. Nope, he doesn't have that. No, at least not from this far away. So he's just gonna have 1 shot with a bow. I guess the first thing he's gonna have to do is see if he can actually hit. So he'll be targeting the closest person, which right now is Garoth. 10, I'm pretty sure that misses. So pink just bounces off Garoth as he quickly raises up a shield. Actually, no, I don't think he has a shield. It just bounces off his helmet and he's just like, ugh.
Or his helmet or his weapon.
Theobald, seeing all the firing going on, he's going to notice that there's actually the guy with the fire arrows, and he's going to quickly march up here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I believe that's 35 is their full movement, right? Normal human movement.
30. I think it's 30.
Oh shoot,
30.
he might not be able to make it in time. He's going to try and get up here, and he might try to make a move. He's going to hold an action to try and defend the ship from the fire arrows. Speaking of which, the next guy is going to be the regular guy shooting again. And then since Theobald just moved into view, he's going to try and shoot for him. Nope, that's a definite easy deflect. Theobald in his massive armor. Today's a good day to be in massive armor. There's been plenty of signs of trouble. Okay, Elena, your turn.
Elena's gonna move up here. And how far are they away?
How far are they away?
5, 15, 25, 30,
ruler. Yeah, you at least hit the front guys 45, 40, and 45 again.
Yeah, all those are within range of most of your spells.
Yeah.
I would add, by the way, that their canoes, much like your boat, are attackable as well.
I don't have any fire spells.
You don't need fire spells to attack a boat.
I know. Can I chill touch the boat?
Alright, which one?
The one with the captain on it.
Okay, the one, this one then.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rot away the wood.
Alright, I believe you have to roll to hit it?
Yes.
Chill touch, 19 to hit. I'm pretty sure that hit for 3 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Is the captain supposed to be in the water?
I moved him off so I could click on the boat, so I could get stats up. I actually have to check how much canoes are. What page is this? This is page 41. Yeah, it's like the bottom of the book. All right. Large ships, sloops, longships, rowboats. Double checking that's... Oh yeah. That's... What was that third stat? 10? Oh! Okay, I think that's technically... Yeah, we're not going to bother with that. I added that just in case, but yeah, we're not going to bother with that. So yeah, 19 definitely hits, and you did 3 damage to their ship. So you reach out and with a slight sounding of crackling, you see the little rowboat actually go rocking back and forth slightly. And actually, I should have moved them up closer. I think I'm not sure. Yeah, I should have moved those closer actually. So whoop. No wait. No, actually no. That was that boat, and it's not their turn. So yeah, you see the captain kind of go wide-eyed as he hears the boat crackle from underneath him. And then he just goes, "I told you open fire! Now open fire!"
He just came to the realization that, oh crap, they have magic.
They have range stuff, and I don't necessarily see it all hitting either, but I can definitely feel it. Alright, Gurof's turn, and he gets to put his new weapon to test, and he saw the canoe wiggle, and he's just like, hey, that's not a bad idea. It's not going to do a ton of damage, but he can at least try. $16 to hit, 8 piercing. Does that hit? I think that might hit. I think that just made it over its AC. So that hits the boat for 8 damage. Ouch.
That's a lot of damage with a crossbow. Well, it is a heavy crossbow, so yeah.
Yeah, that's not exactly a nice crossbow. Okay, so an additional 8 damage. So, okay. Oof, yeah. It's not taking much, and you already see like a couple. After that arrow hits, the bolt actually shoots right through. You see a leak spring up, and immediately the guy who's rowing is just like, ah! And quickly puts his foot on it, trying to stop it while he keeps rowing. The captain's looking back with a slightly nervous look as well. Alright. Oh gosh. Giselle's turn. She's gonna move up right behind Giroff, and I believe she has a bow of her own to try and shoot with.
Yeah. I think she has a short bow.
Not
Or a long bow, I
particularly,
can't remember.
yeah, not a particularly strong bow, but it's hopefully something that'll hit. Seems that we're going for the boat, and she hits the boat, but just barely sticks in it, and the captain's just like, ah, and smacks it away. And it just bloops right back into the water. Alright, Xena, your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna give commands before before I do my thing. And basically, Conrad, keep an eye out for any terrain we could use to our advantage. Gunter, prepare a bucket of water in case the ship catches fire.
Gunther nods and quickly races off into the, takes off to the side and with a bucket. And, Conrad, actually, the good question is, where's the steering net? I think it's in the, is it on top of the cabin?
Yeah, I don't think we went over. I would assume it's somewhere around like this area, not all the way up there, because that's.
Oh, true. Like maybe it's actually probably somewhere like right about here, right behind the sail itself, probably.
Right.
All right. So he nods and is quickly looking out and looks about ready to move if he needs to in a hurry.
Right. So now I'm gonna move up, and I am going to cast a shatter on all these mofos and their boat that are down here.
All right.
That's an AoE, so that's going to hit them and the boat because they're in such an enclosed space. So let's, where is this? Ah. So they all got to make a DC 12 Constitution save. I don't really know how a boat makes a Constitution save.
I'm about to say, how do we make a Constitution save for a boat?
Does the boat have a Constitution stat?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't, so it just probably gets a flat 0 if not a negative. You know what? I'm going to roll the boat at disadvantage.
Actually, because that spell is also well known for damaging inanimate objects, and the boat is an inanimate object.
So this is going to be the boat roll. 14 and oh god. You managed to rock the boat, but you don't rock the boat that hard.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, they're going to take half damage, so if they save, they'll
so
make.
Actually, yeah, if it still takes half damage, that's still going to be taking.
That's still 9. That's still 9 because the full damage is 18.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this guy out of the way so I can check stuff in a minute here. His Constitution save. How do sailors do with Constitution? 35 for later. Alright. Their constitution is a +0. Alright. Roll d20, and if he makes it, he makes it. Oh, where'd those extra rolls come from?
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm going to count those two as 2 of the pirate rolls, and they sucked. And here comes the third one. Oh, wow. The pirates took full blast. The boat takes half damage, so that was 9.
Yeah.
Because it was an 18. You see another small leak pop up in that boat, and then you see all 3 guys just literally almost lean over as they just take the brunt of the blast. They are howling.
Yeah, I think it's basically like their bodies shielded the boat from taking full damage.
Yeah, they are. None of them are looking good. They are battered as hell already with 1 hit. You rolled high on that damage and just kind of wrecked them.
They're just like, what was that?
Oh God, Captain! This is basically that entire boat right now. I believe you told Gunther to get the water, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Prepare a bucket in case the ship catches fire.
All right. He
This on
bonus
fire.
actions gets some water, and he's going to use the rest of his turn to at least get up here, so he'll be in position to help put out the water if you need it. The enemy captain gets his turn. His canoe creeps a little bit closer. And the guy with the fire arrow is going to try and take a shot, and he's actually going to ignore you guys and shoot for the boat. Your boat's AC, by the way, is 15.
Yeah, our boat has lower AC than theirs. It is a bigger target though, so that kind of makes sense.
Actually, I think your ACs are about the same, just that yours is,
'Cause I think you said theirs was 16, so ours is like 1 point
16
less.
just got over their AC.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here, double checking. I believe bows are dex, so he gets a +1 to hit.
Ooh.
Actually, I'm gonna see if Theobald can do his action now. I'm going to say... This is gonna be a skill test, so... Athletics. This is him basically diving in to try and block the shot. I'm willing to wager that succeeded. That's a pretty high number.
Right.
Well, the question is, does that mean he got hit by the arrow?
Even if it did, actually, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say that it does. This is going to be dealing him damage. So let me double check something really quick. I need to double check the mechanics on this. And I have some notes I can easily take from right here if I can. Oh, if I can push the right buttons. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna see. Yeah, it's gonna be a 1d6 for damage, and I'm gonna say we roll to see if he can fight off getting caught on fire. So he's gonna take 1d6. Oh, what? Oh, okay, lower. I was gonna say, what the fuck? Okay, no, he takes 3 damage. 3. And let's do a Constitution, I think, for rolling against fire. Like, can he pat himself down quickly enough to make sure it doesn't spread? Actually, that's a good question. Where do I go to click on Constitution saving throws here?
The saving throws are directly
Oh, just click on the
above the
Constitution.
skills.
There we go.
Oh.
Or that.
Oof. I'm gonna say that's probably 2 rounds of some more fire. So he's caught on fire. I believe fire does like a 1d4, doesn't it, for damage?
Yeah, normally.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1d4 for this immediate round for catching on fire. So another 3, and he has to suffer another 2 rounds. It's gonna hurt, but at least he prevented the boat from getting damaged.
Right.
So basically, they see the cleric light up, and there's some cheering amongst that boat, but they're still very nervous and trying to get to you as quickly as possible. All right, Conrad, I'm gonna see if he can get you something good. Doesn't see anything useful at the moment. Basically stationary and watching things really quickly to see if he can make any moves, and nothing's coming up right now. So back to the top of the line.
Well, I'm curious. Could Gunter technically put Theobald out?
Actually, that's
With
a good
his bucket of
question,
water.
because there's a bucket of water. So yeah, technically, as long as he can move into position next round, he can probably put him out. Actually, no, he was holding action until that happens, until the fire arrow hits. So actually, oops. I'm gonna say no. He can't quite reach Theobald from right there. We'll have to wait another round, or for Theobald to maybe take like a bonus action to get put out. Alright, as I was, this group moves in a little bit closer, and they're going to try and take another shot. Actually, I think they're all, after seeing how much damage you're doing to their boat, they're going to try and attack your boat now. That's a nope. You see an arrow hit the boat and just ping, and flicks and flies off. Theobald, bonus action, let's see if he can get himself doused. Yes! Okay, so he spends like 10 of his movement and a bonus action to quickly run over to Gunther to get put out. Gunther does allows this to happen and is given the bucket back, and Theobald goes back into position. And actually, he's gonna, since they're being such little pests, oh gosh, does he want to try and defend the boat some more, or does he want to try and take a swing at them? You know what? He's taking enough damage to them 1 round, he's going to take a sling to them.
I was gonna say he could use spirit weapon, couldn't he?
Actually, that's a good question. How far away does that spawn?
Let me check.
Spirit weapon.
Spiritual.
You can create a floating special weapon within range that lasts for the duration. Where's the range? 60 feet. Actually, yeah. Actually, yes, he could set up a spirit weapon and then hold his action to defend again.
Or can he? Well, actually, you know, because can he do that as a bonus action when he already took a bonus action? I forgot that's. I forgot that spell counts as a bonus action, doesn't it?
Actually, I think casting it costs this as an action, and then its ability to attack is a reaction.
Okay.
Its attack is a bonus action, casting is a regular action.
Okay.
So it's the one time it takes up a normal action. Trying to think what I'm going to do here.
It's like, which boat is he going to spawn it at?
Well, he knows what boat he's going to spawn it at. I'm just trying to think what I'm going to do for an icon here. There we go. I can find some stuff here really quick. So, he pulls out his holy symbol, he does some whispering to it, and then holds it up on high, and with a blinding flash, you see a long sword just suddenly appear right next to their ship. It's glowing with a slight yellow hue as it just floats right next to their ship, and immediately slices at it. So Theobald, you're going to take a tick down. On your spiritual weapon level. There you go. And we're going to spiritual weapon hit. Hits it. 7 damage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Immediately right where it hits the boat, you see yet another leak spring, and you're seeing the captain putting a foot down on it now, as he looks very kind of wide-eyed and nervous.
What have I gotten myself into?
What have I told you about opening fire? Open fire, damn it! The bottom group moves forward a little bit more. They are looking battered as hell, but they're still going to give it another shot. Another attempt to try and strike the boat, and ping! They can't even hit the broadside of a rowboat. Valena, your turn.
I'm just gonna try to chill touch the ship again.
All right. To hit, that hits its AC, so another 3 damage to the ship.
Right.
You see yet another slow leak break through, and you're seeing it taking on water pretty quickly at this rate. Damn you all! I told you to open fire!
Dude, this sounds like a freaking repeated phrase you'd hear from like an NPC in combat in like a video game. Whenever they get hit. Damn it, I told you to open fire!
Fools! Morons! You aren't worth your weight in gold! And speaking of which, Geralt is just having a smile as he rears up the big nasty crossbow after reloading it, and... Oh, no. He misses. Shoots wide, and the captain quickly turns back around like, what the fuck? As another bolt just barely misses hitting him. Not to say that he's going to be getting any luckier. Here comes the rogue. Matter of fact, actually. Nah, I'm just going to say she attacks normally. It's like, she can try to hide, but it's a little bit difficult on a boat. In order to get that extra sneak attack damage. Right, I need to turn that off. There we go. She don't need that extra. Oh my god. I think... Yup. Do you see her pull back on the short bow, this nice long arrow, ting! Smack! And immediately you just see the boat rock slightly and just sink under the water. The captain is now just shouting and screaming as the other two quickly dive off.
I just like to picture it's like one of those old cartoons, like, why you Lord? Is he seeking water?
Matter of fact, yeah, he's sitting on the tip of the canoe as it's going under, just shouting at the other two as they're just quickly running for swimming for any nearby shore. They don't even want to listen to him anymore. Fuck this. This is their worst. This is the worst turnout possible.
So, they're just stuck swimming now.
Pretty much.
And they're not planning on trying to fight anymore.
The two guys aren't. The captain's royally pissed and shouting at them, and he might start getting demands to the others to pick him up, but we'll see. Your turn.
Yes, I know. I signal to Conrad to slow the boat down. We're gonna finish these assholes off.
He kind of peeks around, sees the sinking rowboat, smiles, and starts head over to raise the mast.
I'm gonna shatter on this group again.
Shatter. Ooh, 12 damage.
Not as nasty as last time, but that's still gonna...
Alright, let's see here. The boat needs to roll, and I believe it rolls at a deficit, so yoink. Yoink. Oh, that's under. Yeah, it needs to get a 12. The boat takes that full damage, and let me check how much is left of the boat. Very little, as it springs a couple more small leaks. It's almost about ready to sink too. But what's more impressive is, let's see what happens to the other 3 guys that are actually riding on it. Because I actually, you know what? No, even if they save, they're all done. All 3 of them just literally pass out dead. The boat is just slowly propelling itself as they all just immediately faint out and bleed.
So they had less than 6 health left. So that, wow.
They all
like
had exactly 6 health left.
I like to think the captain just curses, "Did I tell you to die? Come back here and get me!"
What are you all doing sleeping on the job? Get over here!
I just picture him trying to swim for the now vacant boat.
Maybe on his turn. Gunther's turn, he was ordered to make sure that the boat doesn't start on fire. He refills the bucket, but he doesn't see any possible need of the water right now. But he's just got it in case. And it is the captain's turn now. These guys are just gonna swim this way to try and get away. Actually, no, they're gonna swim this way to get away from that sword and to get to shore as quickly as possible.
I'm trying to think what their movement speed would be when they're swimming, because it has to be massively reduced.
That's my thought too, is that's massively reduced. And yeah, I'm gonna say at best you can maybe do this. Like I'm gonna assume that's rough. It can be equivalent to rough terrain, which means half speed. So
yeah. And they obviously can't attack because they're swimming.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say they can move like 15 feet instead of 30, and so that's about as far as they can go. They don't even care about the extra canoe. They're just getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they're just using it as cover while they swim the fuck away.
The captain, on the other hand, 5, 10, yeah, he can try to climb into that boat. Let's see if he actually has the ability to. Oh yeah. He immediately gets over to the other canoe and pushes the guys off it, but then also starts to see that's already leaking. Damn you! Who are you, fiends?
We're Batman.
Conrad's turn. Yeah, so he's gonna just move over here, and your boat starts to slow, so which means that the remaining boat will get double speed. Speaking of, it is their turn. They're the least damaged, so they're like, what's with everybody else? Oh well. So they're gonna double up.
Because they haven't got hit at all. They've just been.
Yep. So they're gonna move it up a little bit faster now, since since your boat is slowing, and they're gonna try and take another shot. They're unaffected. They're just like, hey, we can make shots at this. Fuck it, try to sink their boat. Ping. Actually, no, that's more of a swoosh. That like maybe that was maybe a few feet away from somebody's head and just arced over the boat. It's like, god damn it. Haven't landed a shot today. Theobald's turn. Theobald is going to tell the weapon to move over this way and tell it to sink the boat. Let's see how well it does. Just sink it. It's not worth it anymore. Slash. One poke, and the captain is once again cursing in audible piratey swears as yet another canoe sinks slowly underneath him. Hand down to this blade! Who made this ghost blade? I'll kill you all!
I gotta give him credit for being, not giving up.
Yeah, admire his persistence.
He's got grit. It just ain't doing shit.
Valena, your turn.
So Valena's gonna chill touch the other boat, the remaining boat.
Toy boat.
This is gonna be pretty funny what I do after this.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
11 damage.
And as a bonus action, Blaine's gonna wave over towards the direction to where the captain is and go, "Hi, Mr. Crocodiles."
You get his attention and immediately he looks around and I'm gonna roll this. Oh god, an 18. Yeah, he turns around immediately. He actually does see a crocodile coming from him. You just see a slow look of horror on his face. Today is not his day. He's standing there shouting all this time, and there's been a crocodile slowly sneaking up on him.
If only you had like that clock sound from like Peter Pan.
Right? Some days you just can't get rid of a crocodile. Garroff. This has been fun shooting pirates out of the ocean. Let's add another bolt into it and see if this continues to be more fun. Oh, no. Dang it. He had one first lucky shot, and his first couple of shots with that crossbow were lucky. Now the last two have just been kind of, yeah.
Alright.
We'll have to solve that when I get my next turn.
Alright. Giselle gets to have a nice shot at this. Boom. Nope, she couldn't hit the boat either. Whoosh is one of the guys in the archer in the back leans backwards like, whoa. There, got a little too close for him, but it didn't hit the boat. Xena.
I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration on Garroth as a bonus action. And I am going to use my last Shatter on the other canoe.
I want to break your canoe.
What the hell? Okay, did that not...
I'm not seeing anything. Do you need a
Yeah,
refresh?
I think it's bugging out on me because it's asking me for the spell level. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Not much damage, but we can see what the canoe does for messing up. Oof. Oof. Well, the canoe is taking the full damage. How much is left of the canoe?
Well, it hasn't been hit yet, so it should be...
No, it's been hit at least once.
Elena, you hit it for
Oh
11.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You critical hit it.
Belena critted it. As you see another leak spring, and it's definitely noticeably starting to sink. As for the other guys, they get a +0 to Constitution save, so 5, 3, and 19. Only one of them takes half damage. I'm gonna say the last one, the archer in the back, is taking half damage, so the rest of them get 8 damage except for the last one. All the rest of them get, yeah, 8 damage except for the last one.
My fun is done. I got no shatters left.
As you see them all yelp out in pain as they're all blasted.
I have the greatest idea for what to do on my next turn.
Oh no. You're gonna torture some pirates, aren't you? Gunther's just kind of standing by with a bucket ready. He's just like, well, this seems to be about over.
If I had a bonus action, I'd toss in my freaking throwing daggers to use. The only problem is we wouldn't get them back because they'd just probably end up in the water.
The captain's turn. The captain's got a unique problem as the crocodile's solely focused on him, and these two, 5, 10, 15, are swimming out of here as fast as possible. And at an angle away from the crocodile, which is probably coming straight at him right now.
He's probably going to make a beeline for our boat just to get out of the water away from the crocodile.
Actually, he's gonna beeline this way and start screaming, "Help me! Stop, you fools!" Conrad's turn. I assume you want the boat to completely stop at this rate?
Oh,
Yeah, because we're gonna possibly have some cleanup after we're done finishing them off, depending on how this goes.
Alright, yeah, he continues to roll it up and officially bring the boat to a halt. Which brings us to this group as they unwillingly let their boat slow down. So it only progresses one more. And they try to take another shot at the boat.
Because they're trying to let the captain get to the boat, right?
Yeah, they're slowing down to
Basically.
try and let the captain in, and they take another shot at you guys. And once again deflected off the boat. Just ting! Theobald's turn. Bonus action. Holy weapon, please attack him. Attack this silly little man. Who being not in Lord Mitra's sight shall snuff it. $15 for the AC. How much AC does the captain have? Aw, that sucks. He has 16. Nope, does not get him. It makes an attempt, but does not hit him.
It'd be funny if it actually hit the crocodile.
To which actually Theobald decides that's not fair, and he's gonna lay waste to the captain now as well. Sling time. Whoosh. Oh, bonk. You literally see a slug just launch and smack him right in the back of the head. Ow! And he is forced to stop swimming for a moment. It's gonna cost him some movement speed for next round. Elena, your turn.
Valena, it's just this is gonna be the silliest picture in your head. Okay, picture the boat. The captain finally makes it to the ship, and only to have Valena magic missile the boat and have it sink right for him. Yeah, I think it's gone.
10 damage. I'll check the boat numbers. Oh yeah. If all those hit the boat, then yeah, as he's just about within reach of the boat, immediately the boat sinks, and the 3 remaining members on the boat just start screaming and jumping into the water, and trying to swim away from the captain because captain's further behind now. You have to be fast, just faster than the person behind you.
Remember, he can use this inspiration for the hit or the damage, depending on what he needs.
Alright. Garov is going to take a pot shot at the captain now because he's an annoying piece of work and just needs to be put down for crocodile meat. Nice! How big is that die?
It's a 1d6, so you could add that to the damage if you wanted.
Yep, we're going to add that to damage because he's obviously going to hit. That's 10 damage. He's already stopped because he got a bullet to the head, and now he all of a sudden, tink! Ow! He's got an arrow in one shoulder, and he's limp armedly trying to keep swimming. Giselle likes this little bit of sport we're having with the captain and joins in as well. Oh my word. Ping! Ah! Another one in the back. Oh, you all can kiss me, boils.
Kisses what?
Boils.
I can say something as like a bonus action, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of yell at these guys. The first one of you to reach the boat gets to live. And then I use vicious mockery on the captain.
Oh dear. Wisdom saving throw. Okay, let's see. What's the captain's wisdom at? He gets a +1. He needs to get at least 11. That's a no.
So he just hears like a maniacal laughter and his head just makes his head hurt.
And as you cast, all of a sudden you just see him squirm again in the water. Ah!
And at
As he grabs his head with one
and
hand.
as you see that ever closer, you hear the tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah, this rate, he's taking enough damage. He might be completely slowed down to like maybe 1 square of movement.
The question is, I'm curious if those pirates are actually gonna take me up on my offer.
Gunther's just watching with amusement. The captain is really just hates you right now, and now Pure Spite isn't gonna listen and keeps trying to swim away. Speaking of which,
Well, the offer doesn't apply to him.
I think he knows.
gosh, my spelling. I gotta check my spelling here quick. I want to grab something off the internet quick. All right, full word. I was trying to do the shortened word, but I wasn't coming up with the thing I wanted, so we're going to do the full word. Here we go. Got some. Oh, nice. I like this one.
You actually added the crocodile to the...
They actually have a crocodile. Gonna bring him over here. I'm gonna say he gets the full movement because he is a sea-bearing creature, and he would have been stopped just out of view previously. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's quickly closing in. Yeah, next turn he could be nibbling on Captain. Conrad has brought the ship to a complete halt. Now, let's check how smart these boys are. I'm gonna, what does persuasion work on for a stat? I want to do a check on them instead of you.
Is that maybe like insight or something?
You're asking what I would be rolling against?
Yeah.
Probably wisdom, because you got insight and stuff like that. But
Either wisdom or intelligence.
yeah,
Here.
Well, probably wisdom, because that's more of a natural instinct thing rather than
Persuasion.
logic.
Actually, persuasion is a charisma.
Yeah,
Right.
but I don't think their charisma would determine whether or not the persuasion works on them.
I think it
Well,
would probably
I think
be
it's more like it's a
insight.
passive attempt to see if they decide to go for it or not. Actually,
I
yeah, it
think
wouldn't
it
be.
would-
I think it'd be more of an intelligence than a persuasion check. So intelligence check them.
All right.
I keep clicking over here. I need to just close that now. Okay.
So do I need to roll?
I'm going to
persuasion?
intelligence check them to see what they decide to do.
Oh gosh.
And
As bad as they've been rolling, they're probably gonna
they get
be
a +0 to intelligence. 1,
Yeah,
2, 3.
yeah, they're not
They
that
all
bright.
they all rolled below 10.
They're like, we'll better. It's a trick. We better swim next to a crocodile. It won't eat us if we swim towards the direction it's coming.
Well, the funny thing is the one thing they had to think about is if only the first one that gets to the boat gets to live, that means they have a like 66% chance of dying because only one of them's going to get to live. But they were all stupid enough to not think of that.
Run away!
Or they're running away. Okay. So they didn't have
But-
enough sense to take me up on the offer. Then
Nope,
is what you...
none of them were smart enough to just go, you know what, that sounds like an actually better idea than being out here. They're all just running like shit. Theobald.
Darn, I wanted to catch one of them alive,
Slicey, slicey.
but not the captain because he's an asshole.
I keep trying to click on the wrong things, Theobald. Just gonna take a shot as well as the holy weapon. 18 and 11. Leave the 18 hits. Yes. So 4 more damage. Softening him up for the croc as he gets beaten in the head again.
So I've got a thought. It'd probably be too much of a pain in the ass to pursue the pirates that are swimming away. I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're all in like different angles at this point. Speaking of which, those 2 are long gone now.
Well, I'm talking about like the ones that are there that just recently started
Mhm.
running.
Well, they're gonna run for the
Good.
coast, and then they'll just probably run for cover anywhere. They're just gonna book it. Their
Right.
captain's officially crippled and about to become lunch meat. Vinina,
So-
do you want to do anything?
Elena is just gonna look at the captain, smile with like a cheerful smile, just wave and go goodbye, and magic missile. Oh jeez!
Oof. Every kind of extreme. 10 damage. Another cry of pain, and he's looking a bit bloodied at this point. He is gonna be an easy target for Crocs.
Yeah, I was gonna say even if I wanted to keep him alive, it'd probably be impossible at this point because that crocodile's gonna be on top of him in a minute.
Garoth.
I
Garoth feels like this is unfair and that the captain's doomed to die anyways at this point. Immediately turns to the other guys who are running away and gives a warning shot.
I can think the silliest thing that can come out of this situation is Ozzy going before the crew going, say hello to our new crew member, Crocodile, and just waving.
This isn't One Piece.
I know.
The nearest guy swimming to the north of you just suddenly yelps out in pain as he's shot by the barbarian.
I told you to get in my fucking boat.
Giselle doesn't care. She's gonna put another arrow in the captain.
This point is just fun for sport to see who gets it first.
Ooh. This hits right on the other shoulder, so both his arms are fucked up.
Like, no, legs, don't fail me now.
And just a captain whimpering in the middle of the water, unable to swim.
Which one of the pirates did Garoth shoot?
This guy. And closest one.
I used vicious mockery on that guy.
Wisdom 12. He has no plus to wisdom. 3 damage. Lets out another yelp of pain as he gets hit by something yet again. He's almost gone, but he's not quite there yet. Gunther doesn't have anything to do. The captain panically tries to keep swimming. At this rate, he's so injured he's not going to do much more than 2.
You know, I just realized we have our own canoe.
True. Technically, it's trailing behind your boat, but I figured it wasn't needed for combat.
Right. But I was thinking if we got this guy injured enough that he can't get away, we could grab him and pull him in.
Conrad is just basically waiting for any further orders. The pirates continue to try and flee. This one, the one that's been injured by you guys, can only do a 2. I'm going to do that.
I just have this silliest picture in my head. What I'm about to do.
Actually, I just remembered I didn't move the croc. It's Croc's turn. You just see the crocodile move up, slowly going underneath the captain, and crocodile roll. All of a sudden, you just see the captain go wide-eyed and scream as he's suddenly pulled under, his arms flailing through the water. You just see splashing at this point. And let's see, I'm gonna say he does at least this much damage. Ooh, nasty, maximum damage. The captain's barely still alive and screaming, but he's not gonna be long for this. You can already see a bit of blood showing up in the water. Velena. Actually, no, wait. I didn't give Theobald his turn.
Okay.
Theobald, how far does that weapon move? I think it only does like 15 or 20 feet, doesn't it? I remember feeling like it doesn't quite go as far as most people.
Yeah, because it's just a...
It's a floating weapon that can go anywhere, but it doesn't like...
Right.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at his ranged weapon.
Oh, wait. 60 feet.
It's how far
Also,
away you can cast. A weapon... You move the weapon up to 20 feet.
Oh.
10, 15, 20.
Just guessing he's just gonna ignore the captain because the captain's getting munched on.
Basically, it's like 5, 10, 15, 20. Going for the nearest target, which also is what he's going to try and attack as well. Let's see if we can at least finish one more guy before they all run away. Boom. Whew. As a matter of fact... Okay, it doesn't kill him, but the guy looks like he's about done like the captain is. He just takes another belt to the head and he's just like, ah! And he's kind of swimming with one arm, his eyes half closed.
So it's probably the silliest thing I've done all session.
Mm-hmm.
But Valena's gonna shout out at all the pirates that are swimming away from the ship and go, okay, not only will we let you join if you're the first one on, but I'll let you share a drink with me for the evening.
That's your turn?
Yeah. Because they're pretty much dead or gone anyways.
Make a persuasion check.
This works. I'll be so shocked.
You're pulling it out there, just try it. Just...
She is not got persuasion all day. Persuasion. Oh, wow.
You know, I didn't actually say they could join the crew. I just said I'd let them live, but...
I'm trying to think, how do I gauge this against them?
Intelligence was what you did last time.
See if their intelligence check can beat 15.
Yeah, I suppose that's the best way to try and gauge it, and they got a +0. Hey, one of them is gonna keep swimming.
It'd be funny if it's the injured one.
Actually, no, the injured one's the one of the two that got a 3. The injured one's like, you know what? I think I'm done. I'm gonna come back. Actually, before he even has a chance to react to that plan, Geralt gets a shot. And he's a happy boy. Whew. Yeah, the pirate looks like he's about ready to turn around actually, but before he fully does,
he died with happy
thoughts. Gurgles as he slowly slides into the water.
So I guess we know which one we're actually going to keep alive then, because it's the one that wasn't already beat to shit.
I think
Which one is it? Is it this guy or this guy?
The second one, the middle one, is the one that turned.
Okay,
And
so
he's suddenly like, you know what? I don't want to hike.
yeah, I basically like I don't know. I can't. Can I tell the party members anything when it's not my turn?
I don't think you can say anything when it's not your turn, but
I think they
but your
understand
turn
that
is
I
going to be
actually.
next after Giselle here, and
I'd
she's
hope
still
she'd
after the
shoot.
captain for meat.
All right.
She wants to give the crocodile all the tasty, tasty, hungry meats. Misses him though. Too much flailing about, she can't quite get a good beat on him. So, Azina, your turn.
Vicious mockery on the captain.
No pity on the captain. Wisdom saving throw 12, and I think he's gonna have a bad time because he's being attacked by a crocodile. He can't focus. Yeah, he rolled a 2. He gets disadvantage. He got 2. So
takes
that's
2
a
more
full
damage.
2 extra damage to an already dying man.
He just keeps hearing this maniacal laughter in his head. It's like, where did I go wrong?
What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? He's gonna now try and struggle to break free. Oh wow!
Oh my god!
He has put up a hell of a fight. He struggles to break free. Highly injured, he manages to swim about another 10 feet. But crocodile is pretty much the same turn. Chomp. Oh, he misses this time. He manages to pull away from the crocodile, and the crocodile does not get a hold of him this time.
Well, then that's what the spirit weapon needs to take care of. When it's what's his name's turn.
Okay.
I should have said this on my turn, but like it is obvious that I do actually want to keep one of them alive to the crew, I'd assume.
This one's coming back. The other one ran off. He's looking over to his captain, who's about to become lunch meat. It's just like, thank you to me. Theobald at this rate does see that one of them is coming back, and he's not going to attack him. He does look up to the captain, who does need some finishing off, though. I believe 20 feet, right?
Right.
5, 10. Hiya! And we're running a little bit late, but I want to get this combat done. This is something I've been waiting on for a while. I have their next possible challenge waiting too, but we'll see.
I'm guessing this was probably supposed to happen last time, but it just didn't.
Yeah, because we got so overdone with other things going on. Spiritual weapon.
Oh, come
lasts
on.
a while. Nope. No dice on the spiritual weapon. Gonna fling a sling at him. Nope. That little ball bearing just goes flying off into the water too. Just skips away. This guy's getting extremely lucky on his dodges right now. Belena.
She'll touch the bitch.
Valena,
Actually, doesn't even reach that far.
actually 120 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, he's done for.
Magic missiling them.
Oh, I. Okay. I thought you just chill touch him instead of using magic missile again.
And with that, the captain lets out one more scream of pain before just going limp, and you just see the crocodile come up behind him, snap, and just drag the carcass under the water. Geralt does not attack. Everyone holds back their attacks. I'm going to assume that the combat is pretty much over at this rate.
Wait, did the captain die?
Yes, he died by getting blasted by magic missile, and his body's being tugged under by a crocodile.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Everybody else is gonna actually just let the guy get to the boat like I planned. Yeah. The combat should just be done. Obviously, I tell Gunter to get a rope ladder to get the guy in the boat.
Get the rope ladder. We got a survivor.
I have the silliest picture of in my head. Like he comes on, he gets on the boat and it's like I made it without incident, and there's like this, and he feels his pain in his butt, and there's like this baby crocodile.
So this one last guy, the one that changed his mind and luckily never got shot.
Yeah, the only damage he took was from a shatter spell.
That's right, he did take a little bit from the shatter. So he's not completely unharmed, but he's been bruised up slightly, and now he's completely sopping wet and scared for his life amongst the people that sunk and killed most of his crew.
Yeah, so when he gets on the boat, the first thing I say is, "So, I'm sure you guys have attacked plenty of ships, right?"
Yes, ma'am.
So, where are you guys keeping your stash?
Oh, you just see him kind of go pale. He's used to the captain being the one that constantly chastised them and throw down curses and beat the hell out of them for being stupid or talking too much and so forth. But he's now having to get used to the idea that he's lone survivor now.
Valeno is gonna go up to him and get really close and go, "It's okay, you can tell us," very flirtily, and just go, "Because you are just so brave."
Persuasion check.
If this ends up in another awkward thing, I'm just gonna give up. Oh, never mind it.
Oh my god, okay. The pirate just sees this gal dressed in all white. Normally, under normal circumstances, he'd be as worried as anyone else about the weird necromancer. But right now, you're like an angel to him. He's just like, "Oh, to hell with him," and just starts blabbering. I'm gonna move you guys over to the other screen here. And very quickly, with a little bit of help from a map, we're gonna scroll over to here. And he pretty much tells you that... Zoom in a little bit further. That there is a small island due east of Shapur, where there's a very small island where they've been hiding everything. Like literally, they'll have there's evidence of a campsite, but nothing else. If one was to say move the if one was to move a particular log out of the way and dig underneath it, they would very easily find a hidden hatch, which leads to a small trove underneath the island.
I smile at him and I go, "Very good. That wasn't very hard, was it?"
Just kind of nervously sits there, his arms wrapped around himself, dripping wet.
I kind of signal for someone to get him a blanket.
Valeno gives him a blanket. I don't know.
I was just gonna say, one of the guys, one of the new hires grabs a blanket for him. Let's just go with, let's go with Gunther. Gunther just grabs the blanket from the cabin and throws it over to the guy.
I go, "So, do you want to, how would you like to have a chance to redeem yourself from your terrible ways.
He kind of looks unsure about this, but seeing as how you just eliminated that entire crew like it was nothing, he's just like, how do you mean?
Well, see, that crew that you work for that I just eliminated, somebody like them took my family from me. So I intend to rid the sea of pirates like the ones you were part of. If you want, you can join my crew and earn your redemption through that.
He seems a little bit baffled by this, but at the same time he's like, I get to fight them instead of being part of them, and after just seeing what he just saw, this is obviously a capable group. He's just kind of like, kind of half looks at the barbarian, the cleric, the thief, and then to you, and then to the sorceress, and it's just like bunch of crazy fucking people who just sank all their boats like it was blowing on the like they were just blowing through paper. Just like, all right.
Valena just hugs him. It's like, oh, thank you for joining our crew.
He is suddenly smothered by a woman dressed in all white. This is a little awkward, but it's not the worst day he's had.
Well, it's not the worst part of his day, anyhow.
Yeah.
Alternatively, if he said no, I wasn't going to kill him. I was just going to drop him off on the shore. Because, I mean, we're still going to get a nice treasure trove from his information.
That's another thing you could have teased with him, too. But, so you've unofficially gotten a new crew at hand. At least for the time being. And, you set off yet again to continue your rest of your journey, now unimpeded, and possibly having dealt with the local river bandits. So with that, we're going to call that a night. We are almost a half hour late than normal, so thank you both for joining me, and thanks to everybody watching. We'll see you all later. Have a good night.
Later.
Later.